Welcome to my channel. My name is Shelley. Every season, Harold and I work together to decorate our home. Come along with us each week as we showcase our labor of love in our unique maximalist style. I certainly hope that you have had a wonderful summer, because Harold and I have really had a fun summer celebrating with family and friends. You know what? We never thought about decorating inside of our house at all summer. It just remained decorated for summer. But now that September is upon us, I think it's time to turn our mind to fall. You know, this summer, as I was contemplating what we would do for fall, Harold and I had a discussion about, really, do I want to add more things, more different things into our fall and our Christmas decor? And the answer is, we are already overloaded. So what I've decided to do is, this year I'm going to do a mixture of traditional fall and, of course, my signature color of pink. And I'm going to decorate different areas of our home with mostly things we already have. Yes, I did purchase a few select things for our home for this fall, but very little. And along the way, I'll show you what exactly is new. But I think you're still going to really enjoy what we are going to bring you this fall. So I thought, for those of you who know my signature color is pink, I thought what I would do is I would start with pink. And there is absolutely nothing new in this entire, I'm going to call it a centerpiece. You could put it really anywhere in your home. We started with this wire form from the Dollar Tree. And I've added some Dollarama pieces and some micro pieces, and it's just a lot of fun. So let's get started. To begin, I asked Harold if we had any old wood. I sort of, drew out a picture of where I wanted to go, and he said, yep, we happen to have some old plywood. So he cut a piece that is 9 inches wide by 21 inches long. He primed it and painted it white for me, and then he stapled the first one on. Now this has been painted, spray painted in a champagne gold. They come in like a dark green color, which I really didn't want for this particular craft. Harold then got his trusty little what is this, honey? A staple gun? Yeah, it's a staple gun. And he stapled it to this piece. And you'll notice he thought it was important that it have, and he'll sort of come in and show you what we're doing here. These are rounded little staples. And so that's what he has in at first. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a voiceover from this time forward, because I don't want you to see every little detail of this. I just want you to see the gist, because this is not anything that's particularly difficult. And so I just want to show you what we do to create it. But beforehand, Harold will skim over so you can see all of the things that I may be using. My goal is to use it all, but I don't know that I necessarily will. And you'll notice I've got some zip ties, and there's some pipe cleaners there. I don't know exactly what I'm going to use. I've got some roses and some ranunculus that I already had, and some lamb's ear, and of course some DIY pumpkin. So the first thing we had to do was pop the pumpkin in the middle, staple the second pumpkin to the board, and attach everything with 4 zip ties. Everything was attached and I felt that everything was centered, I then added in 2 more small pumpkins. After I snipped off the zip ties, then I added in some greenery. And then you'll see that I've added in some florals as well. And I've started to pop in some of the extra pumpkins that I have. Just, deciding exactly where they're going to go. And now I'm adding in some of those berries, just to sort of fill in the gaps. You could really use anything here. I could have added more florals in here, but I really wanted to have a little bit of a seed pod vibe for the fall. And now I'm just adding in a few more flowers right at the front of the arrangement. Once I checked to see if there's enough florals, and that one didn't work, so I decided that I would take some little gold pumpkins. Now those are the pumpkins that you can buy again this year at Michael's. I created them last year, just painted them gold, pop them in on each side, and now I'm just going to add maybe an additional seed pod rather than a floral in the middle, just to sort of, give it that vibe again for fall. I really love these seed pods. I don't know if Michael's have them this year, but I really love them, and I use them for all different seasons. Now I flipped it around to the back, and so you can get a back view. And in the back view, I'm just going to fill the back with flowers, just in case I ultimately want to put this on a dining room table for some sort of a dinner arrangement. I just think it's pretty, and that makes it look good from both sides. Now I want to decorate the top of the pumpkin, where the stem of the pumpkin is. So I'm beginning making a little arrangement of a rose, a ranunculus, a piece of lamb's ear, and I'm just adding a pumpkin to it and tying in it all together with a zip tie. Easy to make, a little small arrangement. I don't know about you, but I use zip ties for just about everything. Could I have glued all of these pieces on? The answer is, of course I could have. But I decided that I really want this to be a piece that I can deconstruct. This would be pretty hard to store this, rather large piece. So I've just decided to attach everything with zip ties so that it's easy to take apart and store and maybe do something else with it for next fall. Once the top pieces are on, I decided to add a funky bow. Now the funky bow I created off camera. I really wanted to keep this video as short and sweet as possible. I will link another video where I show you how I make a funky bow in the description box. This is a 9-loop funky bow, but you can make it really any size that you like. I certainly hope that you enjoyed watching this very simple tutorial. Really the only thing challenging about it was just getting the wire pumpkin form attached to the wood. But even that wasn't that hard, and of course, as you know, Harold did it. The bottom line is, this is a really fun and, festive way to celebrate fall. You could, of course, do it in any of the traditional colors of fall, or any color that you would choose to do. I got this idea actually from Pinterest, so you could say this is a Pinterest-inspired DIY, and I hope you come back to see what we will ultimately do with this as the season progresses and as our videos progress. My intent is to do a video every Friday for the fall season, and next week we are going to begin to integrate the traditional colors of fall into parts of our home. So I really hope you come back, because with the traditional colors of fall, we're also going to include some Halloween, because our little wee grandchildren just adore Halloween, and they are so excited to see what Nana and Papa will do for Halloween, because they think it is, of course, just for them. And so until we see you next week, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope I have inspired you to begin decorating for fall in any kind of style that makes your heart sing.